is dirty. It's been sitting in here for months, collecting dust. Has not been driven at all. But we're going to give it a thorough washing, and you'll see kind of my detailing techniques that I like to use. And I would point out there's a difference when I detail a car of this caliber compared to when I detail like the old police cars and stuff. This I consider more of a show car, and so I want to make sure that there's no swirls, no damage to the paint of any kind, whereas with the police cars, being that they're usually, you know, sub $5,000 cars, I'm not quite as concerned about the paint being absolutely perfect like I am with a car like this. But first we're just going to fill up a bucket with soapy water. This time I'm using the Meguiar's Ultimate Wash and Wax. I don't have any particular car soap that I use exclusively. I just typically will buy if something's on sale. What I do look for is I try to move the bottle in the store and see if it looks like it's mostly water or if it looks like it's thick. I like the thicker stuff because obviously it's more concentrated. Then with a show car or car that you're concerned about the paint, we're going to do a separate rinse bucket. And so the process is going to be, you get soap on your sponge, wash this part of the car, you rinse the sponge, then you get soap and go back to the car. If it's a car that I'm less concerned about the quality of the paint, I'll just go soapy water car, soapy water car. And so with a show car, you want to rinse the sponge in between because any dirt that it picks up will come out in the rinse bucket and not get in here. In theory being, if you have a dirty sponge dipping in here, you may scrape your paint with the dirt. First step is rinse the car. Start from the top and work your way down. I like to use a soft water pressure, not like I would never use a power washer on a car like this. Personally, I wouldn't use a power washer on any car, but that's just me. But one thing you'll notice about this Cobra, you see the water beating up off of it. I mean, I've never had a car with the paint in that good a condition. Point out I would normally use a different sponge, possibly even a brush on the wheels, except this wheel has not been driven at all, so there's no brake dust or anything on here. Nothing on here is literally dust in the city. So don't do this if you're washing a car that you've driven. I want to point out one other thing. If it was warm enough at all that this water could dry, I would have been rinsing it off section at a time. We're having a unique day that it's not really hot enough to dry off, so I'm not too worried about it drying and spotting or anything. That's why I did the whole car at once, trying to save time. The thing I didn't do was I didn't open up the doors and wash the door sills and stuff. Again, if this car had been driven, I would have washed that area, but it's basically just sits. This is my number one secret to drying the car quickly. Blow the bulk of the water off when I dry it with the microfiber drying towel. This will knock the water out of all the crevices, your wheels and tires, and get it to where you can wax, put tire dressing on, whatever, without drips of water coming down. And then just like I said, follow up with wiping it down with the microfiber drying towels. You've seen my other videos, I've said this is really an underrated product. So I'm just going to spritz it down with this just to kind of touch it up. Like I said, it sits in the garage 99.9% of the time. so it's not like I need to worry too much about it. And then I usually just go back over a couple times, just looking for areas I missed. A product like this doesn't leave a white haze, but obviously if you put a paste wax or liquid wax on and it dries and you miss a spot, buffing it off, you get that haze. Even as thorough as I am, a lot of times the next day I'll find a spot or two where there's a little bit of haze that I missed. Shiny. You saw the water beading up off of the paint. Minimal amount of work and effort really to keep a car like this in this sort of condition compared to taking a car that's been neglected, run through machine car washes, left in the sun, whatever, and trying to restore one of those to this type of condition is really difficult, if not impossible, to get it to this level. I'll tell you, when I see the car looking like this, it makes me want to register it and start driving it again. But then when I drive it and I have it parked at work or whatever, I'm constantly worried that something's going to happen to it. When I used to drive it, I would actually set up a camera and record it all day, and it was funny to watch all the gawkers that would drive up. Sometimes driving down the road, they'd stop, make a U-turn, and come back and start checking out the car. I had a guy laying on the ground looking underneath it. I was just, maybe he was looking to see if it really was a Cobra. It was, the independent rear suspension, but it really is a Cobra.